Hello friend, how are you? Welcome to Tripan Study Center. Today we are doing most important chapter of history. What is the topic today? Traditionally is a non-agriculture production. That is the most important artisanally. There is a non-agricultural production here. Okay. Through the agriculture is a formed the occupation of the bulk of the people. A variety of craft also existed on the significant scale in the rural as well as the urban. The area of country and this craft introduced a textile, poetry making, dance, sugar making, metal work and paper makings is a woodwork and the arms and the horns is a manufacturing and see world of the mechanicals is a work etc. There is an important here and important is a prominent is a craft. There are what do you mean to the prominent of craft? The textile is a production was one of the most widely practiced craft of the Middle India. The India is a weaver is a produced for a major types of fabric, cotton, silk, woolen and mix is called cotton. Bengal, Lahore, Agra, Awadh and Patna and Fatehpur Sikri and the Gujarat etc. were a prominent cotton textile and production of originals. As a Kashmir, Lahore and Agra, where is a major Sawal as a carpet is making center. Apart from the manufacturing is a Bengal and the Gujarat were renowned for the export of textiles good. That is important. The art of the dyeing to the bleachings of development as a separate and specialized as a craft during this period. The Brauch and Allahabad, Surat, Patna and Sonagaon is a Deccan is a Masuli, Patrams, etc. Where is a major decline of the blessings of center. And sugar was a manufactured all over the country. Sugar in it is a variant, good and the powder is a fine, grain to the sugar etc. Were produced in a Bengal, Orissa, Ahmedabad, Lahore, Multan and the many other places. There is a important. The minor interaction was another is a major industry. The major industry is the most important and shawl, set patries, alums, mica, etc. And the ware is produced on a large scale. The Sambar lake is a Rajasthan. Sambar is a Rajasthan in the lake. The Punjab rock salt mine in the sea water where is some major source of salt production. And sea salt was the mainly is a manufactured in the Bengal and seen and Malba as a masseur and the runners of the coach. Sapeltris is a primarily used as an ingredient for a manufacturing gunpowder. Was one of the most important mineral product. Initially, it was the extract as the Ahmedabad, bordered Patna, etc. However, by the second half of the 17th century, Patna became one of the most important center for processing this mineral. And among metal, there is a India was a deficient is a gold and silver mine, and this metal therefore where is a mostly imported. The diamond mining was carried out of the most notable are Golconda. The some other center of the diamond production were by Birgaghar, where as a Panna is a Madhya Pradesh and Khokhara is a Chota Nagpur sector. And Patna Rajasthan was the main center of the copper production. Iron was the most is commonly found to the metal. The Bengal, Allahabad, Agra, Bihar, Gujarat, Delhi, Kashmir, Chota Nagpur and adjoining to the regional of the Orissa where is a major iron producing center of the middle period. The paper making as a craft was introduced in the middle. There is a India during to the Sultanate period. It was the first manufacturing in the China around to the 1st century AD. The craft grew at the fast pace and the manufacture of the paper was prevalently during to the Mughal period in almost every region. The middle period is a witness is an advent of a number of new technical advice and there is a application in the drive to the sector. In the textile sector, introduction of the spinning wheel is a charkha. During there is the 13th century to the 14th century was the most important technology invention. It is a spirit up yarn to the production of by the sixth time in the comprehensions to be spindle based yarn to the production. Similarly, Pete other looms and introduced in India during the 15th century, which is speedily up to the process of weaving. The draw is a looms was another important weaving device which was used to the simultaneation is a pattern to the waves of different color, and similarly block print is also is a attribute by one is a scholar to be medals India period. In the sector of the categories and the metal war, many new technology were introduced in the process of manufacture. Some of such a technology where is implement of the vertical is war speeds and deep mine with the oval is a shaft. The use of pulley etc. The production of the high quality steel and the batteries alloys of the copper and zinc were a new metal work of this period. In the arms of their armures of the manufacturing is a sector, the use of the gunpowder and cannon is a firearms, etc. Whereas some of the most important medieval inventional is their modern is the artillery was the mainly is both to be India on the one hand by the Barbars is who had received it from Paris. On the other hand, by the Portuguese is beside. The Portuguese is here and beside is the Fateh Rises was the outstanding scholar. Is the Fateh Siraz is the outstanding scholar and the engineer of the Akbar as a museum and made some of the in Arable is inventionally in this sector. The paper making as well have is a notice about the entry to India during this period. Along with all the development, the craft and book winding. There is a important. Although there is a glass making technology was known to be Indians during to the ascent period. Its use was restricted to the manufacturing beads and bangles. During the Middle period, various other glass products such as pharmaceutically is fills and vessels etc. And also is began to be a manufacture. The practice of the tin coating also is the entire Indian along with their advent of the truck. This technology involved the coating of tin inside the copper and the brass is utilized to be prevent the food from acid poison. And next year, organization of production. The craft production was organized in the village as well as the quest boss and there also exist to the empirical karkhanas in the rulers area and the artisan produced the articles of the daily use. These artisans were a part of the village social network is called to the Jamani system. The Jamani system is most important here that this artisan is a part of village and social network is called Jajmani system. And this system was more organized to the Deccan and Maharashtra. The village is artisan as a servant in this is run to the school is a Balbutadar. And the town where is a base individually artisan formed nucleus of such as accommodates which were produced from markets. Almost every craft had a specialized artisan who is a produce article from market. At this level of the organization of the craft production, the individual is an artisan is a himself is a process is a necessary raw materials and the tools manufacture is a commodities and the sold those in the market. And the next year, this mode of artisanally their production, however, are suffering from a major weakness. Since there is a production was organized on the individually basis, on artisans logged a big resource to be invested in the production process. Naturally, the size of final production remained small. A revised theory of form of production is called to the Dadani system. The learning system is gradually developed to address the problem. In this system on, artisan was provided with the necessary raw material and advance is a money by such as a merchant who trade in the those is a commodities. And after the expire of the stipulated time, the merchant is collect the finished good and the sold them in a market. They are important. The royal is a workshop, is a karakhana, was another unit of the craft production, and these karakhanas were is a part of the royal establishment. And this unit produce is a commodities for the composition of the royal household and the court. Generally expensive and luxury item were produced here. The Karkhana employed the skilled workers who is a work under one roof and were to the surprised by the state officially. Apparently, there is two distinct is the types of Karkhana existed. The first traditionally types of Karkhana which is a produce a luxury good in a small quantity but of high artistry is value. Second minds or arm is a manufacturing unit wherein the standard orient and the technologically advanced large scale as a production took place here.